all this, but I'm just my space isn't in order enough for me to like really do that yet. So I'm gonna just take this. Um, what's going on? Okay, well I'm cleaning my desk mainly. My main focus right now is on my personal health and my environmental health. Um, I built up a lot of very bad habits coping with abusive parents and throwing shit between my legs. Um, I'm extremely sloppy. And since 1999, I always had a weight problem, but I always kept pretty fit. Yeah, from the time I was about 13 on until I had an accident in 1999. I mean, I used to blow up in the wintertime because I wasn't active enough. And I'd drop the weight in the summer. I'd range between about 175, 180 on the high side and 135, 140 on the lowest side. Usually more like 145, 150 pounds was my optimal weight. After an accident in 1999, where my face smashed, um, I blew up to about 250 pounds. It's the most I ever weighed. And I put a halt to, certain things and got it down to about 210. And I'm still not at all happy. It was like I finally got it under 200, but I haven't been able to break the 190 barrier now. So I joined the YMCA last month. But I'm going to start swimming, maybe even this afternoon. I don't know. Depends on what I get done this morning. Um, and That'll help me keep cleaner too. That's one of the reasons I get so dirty. I've been so dirty. I'm a water baby. Um, I, 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 I need to be immersed in water to stay clean. Between working with the stones uh, and dumpster diving, uh, my hands don't stay clean for very long. They're about as clean as yeah. I washed them like before I even came to my desk, and already there are smuds because I'm cleaning the shit, all the cigarette ash and crap on my desk. Uh, and forget about keeping. I don't know how these people keep their nails so perfect. Perfectly like shaped and always clean. It's like, how do you do that? I, I have to work on them for like half hour just to get them cleaned properly, and then they only last for about an hour, and then they start getting stuff up underneath them again. And if I grow them out to any length, they immediately get bashed. I mean, they're pretty strong, but they're brittle. Whoops, there goes another one. Um, and forget about using them on the forget about your nails on the if you're grinding stones, boy. This one's still growing back out from last winter's work. uh, it gets down all the way. Anyway, so that's that. May is always May is over. Yay, May is almost over. May is always difficult for me because that's my parents' birthday and they're Tauruses and I'm Scorpio and this all. Um, but I have been reaching out to my mother and things are good there. I talked to her several times last month. And I just sent her something this morning. Hopefully she'll take the right way and move forward from it. Um, they hate somebody I'm not. They made me be something I'm not, and I reacted to it, and they couldn't handle that, and that's what they hate. And that's not me. And it never was, really. My mother never could understand why people thought I was such, she'd get people giving her these glowing reports of what a wonderful child I was. She's like, what? That's not my kid. So anyway, what else? Oh, yeah, May. You know, the old saw about death coming in threes. And it came in threes this May. The General family lost Debbie Eloy. It's one of the old West Coast Grateful Dead people. Finally, so there was a lot of relief and over the, you know, she's finally out of her pain and suffering and all the pain and suffering that the community felt with her. And right on the heels of that, the East Coast family, a sister currently calling herself Charlie Vaughn, overdose on heroin. And then right on the heels of that, something I really can't talk about much more than to say there was a third death, because I really don't know yet what I'm authorized to say about that. In the Tucson family, local, because I don't know what I can't say anymore. It's just, it came in threes. What else? Getting the horn tweaked. It's not playing quite right. It's just not playing quite right. So I'm gonna have James at Bookman's tighten it up. Yeah. What else? What else? Oh yeah. Well, that's I was gonna make some phone calls. Is what it was. You know, I don't even know what the idiots are on about the last 2 days. I don't want to know. I don't care. I'm finding a new set of idiots. I've been blocked on Facebook. I'd like to get my friends to move over to Google Plus. So much less intrusive, so much better control. You know, no ads everywhere. You know, they just suck data. they just watch your shit and they just grind it, crunch it all up. Know what to put back in your face. What else? Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna. I don't care what the idiots are about. That's one of the calls I'm gonna make this morning. Is to the congressman's office. Talk to them. We've never. So they've assigned somebody the case, but I haven't spoken to her yet. Let's see what's in the mail. I guess I should read this. I wrote something to my mother this morning. I should read this whole thing actually, because it's tearing me up a little bit now. cancel that. Let's try it this way. There we go. I think it was T. King. Whoops, wrong. Oh no, that's Scary Mommy. Where's Scary Mommy? Where the fuck is that story? Shit. There we go. Here we go. I think it was T. King, one of the trans ladies in the West Coast area. Sometimes I shared this. Sometimes I forget my daughter is transgender by Amber Leventree. I remember I didn't read the whole thing. I want to see how long this is because I didn't read the whole thing. It's not too bad. Yeah, let's read it. This is really a beautiful statement by the mother of a transgender girl. Ah, shit. I'm having problems with my browser where it's like, I might have to reboot this thing now. It's not displaying things properly. And it's covering over the text with like just big black splotches. Here we go, got rid of them. No. It's the advertisements kind of leaking out all over the articles. My machine isn't keeping everything separated, and it's okay. So here we go. Let's try to read it. Hopefully the text will keep from being covered. Ryan, my almost 5-year-old daughter, is a tough one. She's sassy and fierce. She has big, passionate emotions. She won't back down from a fight or be outdone by anyone. I probably should stop right there for a moment and read what I sent to my mom before I read the article, just so you can get a perspective on where my head is at. Where's this? Let's just like discard that for now. Here's what I wrote to Mom. Please read this with an open heart and try to understand that this mother is describing a child just like me. Not quite. That's why I wanted to stop so I could say where we were different. The only difference being that she and her husband didn't deny that a girl could have a penis, and she was allowed to express herself the way she saw herself rather than how they perceived her due to her possessing a penis. The medical literature is very clear that all my behavioral health issues stem from my having my true gender suppressed and being forced into an unnatural gender role. When I decided to start living authentically, I made it clear that I understood that when I was young, nobody knew about such things and could get over that. But my father decided not only to deny that you ever punished me for my gender expression, but to cut me off from the family completely. You probably shouldn't have told me about Matthew's engagement because I'm reasonably certain the plan is to exclude me. That you people feel no shame or remorse over any of this is between you and the Creator. I'm here if anybody wants to acknowledge my existence as a relative. I usually BCC Jenny and Ari on messages like this, but I wanted you to see them. Ari is the closest thing to a buddy in my life, and when I got shot, it was Peter and Jenny Castor's house I went to for help. We reconnected a few years ago at Facebook. I'd especially like for you to meet Ari and her parents, who had accepted her femininity growing up. We're supportive in her transition and are close to her now. Happy day, peace, Tommy Jane. So anyway, back to this article. She is sassy and fierce. She has big passion and emotions. She won't back down from a fight or be outdone by anyone. I was never that competitive. I, Yeah, I never cared enough about that, especially after I was beat into compliance with my assigned gender. I never um, I didn't like to fight that enough to where I would let it escalate to that point. And um, she is queen of throwing shade and is constantly carrying a spark waiting to burst into full flame. This was more me. Um, I was pretty cynical. I've always been pretty cynical and snide. Um, well, I've mellowed a lot, especially since I've been on. No, May. That was the other thing about May. It's 3 years I've been on the hormones, and my boobs are looking pretty good. I'm a whole lot less furry. This is still a problem. We're working on getting letter of medical necessity to get some hair removal done. It'd be nice. Um, Anyway, her intensity makes her hard to parent sometimes, but it will serve her well. Well, that intensity turned to full-on rebellion when I was forced to play male, and I just didn't like it one little bit. Um, anyway, back to what really needs to be when a child says, "Hey, I'm a girl," and you say, "Hey, no, you have a penis." Or a child says, "Hey, I'm a boy," and you say, "No, this needs to change." It's like, well, you're a special kind of girl or boy. Um, is what it is. What we have to change this to, and this mother is going into how she has done that. I'll probably take some heat. Yeah, there's the trans men are men and trans women are women, but our reproductive systems are not the same. Emotionally, yes. Our psychology is the same, but our reproductive systems are not the same. And really, to simplify the whole debate, to end the whole debate, all you have to do is separate sex from gender to realize that they're not automatically connected to each other, that a very, very small fraction naturally has this happen. And we should, in the 90s, I remember when, some of in the classifieds, they call themselves enhanced women. Um, I don't want to go there. Lesbian, trans being love. I really don't want to go there, but we're special. We're not the same. Cis and trans, yeah, it really comes down to, are you treating people kindly or not? This bullshit about well, you got to treat a lady like a lady. You got to respect everybody's personal space, male or female. Um, there's a certain common courtesies and just respect of somebody's turf, their being. It's like, somebody says they're a woman, you treat them like a woman, whether they look like a woman or sound like a woman or not. They say they're a man, you don't tell, "Oh, well, you got a blah blah." No, that's none of your fucking business. It's not harming you. Leave it be. It's a natural condition. Anyway, let's get back to this, because this is really a cool story. My daughter is transgender and will need all of these qualities to make her way in a world that struggles to understand transgender people and the issues that impact them. She will need to be fierce and sassy when the world tells her she doesn't belong or that her life doesn't matter. She will need her spark to remind her that she is so worthy and loved. Ryan's intensity may lead to many power struggles in our house, but being transgender is not part of what makes her hard to parent. In fact, sometimes I forget she is transgender, like the color of her hair or her eyes. Being transgender is just another detail that makes her who she is. The front of my brain does not put an imaginary neon sign pointing arrows over my kid advertising her gender identity. Boy, there's a slam at certain individuals. I don't walk around thinking, oh, I wonder how my transgender daughter's day is going, or geez, my transgender kid constantly leaves her toys all over the place. I just send good vibes to my kid throughout the day and get annoyed at her the same way I do my other children. Ryan is just like any other little girl, any other little kid, really. Her favorite colors are pink and purple. Her long blonde hair is often pulled back, but when it billows down around her face, when it's down, it billows around her face in long soft curls, which she aggressively swipes out of her way. She loves to snuggle and be read to. She hates getting out of bed on school days. She will refuse to eat her vegetables, but will sneak desserts if she thinks no one is looking. She competes with her siblings in games, bike races, and getting ready for bed if it means earning the title of being first. I never was into that, and my family wasn't either. You know, there was I don't even want to. If you can try and describe what my life was like, my family life was like at that age. Ryan will equally stab your heart with her side eye when she is pissed, and with her dimples when she can't contain her joy. Then everyday things slap me in the face and remind me that we need to address and deal with things most little girls don't even need to think about. When the weather finally switched from snowstorms to warm and sunny spring days, my kids were ready to put on their summer gear. They traded their snow gear for summer clothes because 55 degrees was sweltering. My partner and I dug through a bin of hand-me-downs for Ryan, looking for shorts to her to wear, but had to place some aside. We also found some bathing suits, but they didn't have skirts, so we put those aside too. My partner and I don't specifically tell Ryan why we don't want her to wear certain things, and we only present clothing that will best cover her body. We do the same for our oldest daughter, our son too, but clothing labeled for boys are not usually booty shorts, tight bike shorts, or jumpers that allow their junk to fall out of the bottom. Girls' clothing is tighter and smaller than boys' clothing, which creates a problem when a girl with a boy's body wants to wear what all the other girls are wearing. Well, if you have a problem with that, there are numerous videos at YouTube teaching you how to tuck it in. I won't do that. I bought my bathing. I bought a little old lady bathing suit with a skirt, so I won't tuck. I'm sorry. No, I'm a woman with a penis. Deal with it. I learned how to. It's your turn. If Ryan wears bike shorts or a bathing suit without a skirt, she runs the risk of being outed in a situation that will be uncomfortable and possibly unsafe. This is true. Not that anyone should be looking at any child's genitalia, but the truth is that thick underwear for transgender girls and chest binders for transgender boys exist because they help cover and hide the things that separates them from their peers. The last thing we want is for some asshole to say something to our daughter because they see something that makes them question her gender. Our daughter is female. Yes, she has male anatomy, but she is a girl. This is what I'm talking about. Sex and gender don't always match. End of discussion. I mean, unless you're really interested in knowing why it is. But to argue the validity of our existence, fuck you and your bigoted racist bullshit. Take it to another planet. Seriously. Seriously. It shouldn't matter if a person happens to be transgender. This is not an issue. It should not be an issue. In anticipation of kindergarten registration and the mountain of paperwork that goes with it, my partner and I decided to change Ryan's gender marker on her birth certificate. We consulted our lawyer and pediatrician and other resources to do this. We also talked to Ryan about what we wanted to do. We wanted to be sure she knew the plan. We wanted her blessing. We got her shade. She couldn't believe that the hospital had not only called her a boy on her birth certificate, but that we hadn't already corrected it. We asked her if it was okay to correct the mistake. We wanted to be sure the whole world knew she was a girl. She wanted us to hurry. Weeks later, we got word from our lawyer that the court had approved the gender marker change. When her new birth certificate came in the mail, we made a copy for her. She carried it around for days. It was validation. It was proof. Not that she needed anything other than her word that she really was a girl. Hopefully, I'll be able to get through the rest of this without more water. I only have a little sip in the bottom. And all of that came in time for kindergarten in the fall. In a few months, I will send my daughter to the public school system. Although I forget that she is transgender during our everyday routines, the fact is never lost on me when it comes to her education. Ryan started preschool as a girl, and the school and teachers were amazed as we navigated her early social transition. They are still amazing. In a small group of about 20 kids and a half dozen different teachers, my daughter's 2 years of preschool were the same as any other kid in the class. But our world and hers will soon be bigger and more unpredictable and uncontrollable. I met with the school's principal last fall in preparation for her first day of kindergarten this coming fall. I've spent almost a year advocating for my daughter. I've been pushing for staff to be educated on transgender so they are comfortable teaching a transgender child, and with interacting with students or parents who may have questions or colorful commentary. I've been asking for and sometimes demanding an LGBTQ inclusive curriculum. Yes, I'm doing this specifically for my child, but I'm also doing it for all of the kids at her school. I'm doing it for the queer or transgender kids who aren't yet out. I'm doing it for the kids who will be their allies. Every staff member, parent, and child will benefit from a school that teaches acceptance and inclusion. These are the moments when I remember how important my daughter and all transgender kids are. When you're fighting for your rights, when you're fighting to protect their hearts, you don't forget the reasons for being in the ring. But it's okay to forget the label. Ryan is beautiful. She's fierce. She's also stubborn. She has a laugh that is contagious. At the end of the day, my transgender child is just a child. She's a little girl who likes ice cream. Her favorite animal is a dolphin. She loves cheese. I want you to acknowledge her existence. She is all of the reasons I choose to remember why I'm fighting. I want you to respect the fact that she is transgender, but please see the whole of my daughter. I do. That's a lovely little story. So I guess I really didn't want to give the idiots too much attention, but I need to open their site now. Let's see how long this has been. A half hour of that, and then a half hour, so 15 minutes of raging about the trolling a little bit with the senator's aide if we get hold of her. So I got to open up the idiot's site first. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I needed to reply to Jamie. No, I don't. I need to check and see what else. What's to say on that? Let's see if anything's cooking over here. Hello, are you going to resolve? There we go. Somebody tag me. That's what this is about. Probably not much. Never can tell with her. Oh. Let's close out some of this shit. Oh, that. Oh, let's just close this stuff down. I'd probably do without the games right now too. That just sucks. Sucks resources. The machine only has 4 gigabytes of physical memory, and it just can't handle a lot of tabs open. Oh, what's been going on here? I've been hanging out at Google Plus, posting in a few communities. I haven't found much transgender discussion there at all. I probably should go looking for them. I haven't found them there at all. LGBT entrepreneurs aren't doing. They hardly ever post anything. It's the only LGBT discussion community that looked interesting enough to join, and no, there's no activity in it. I've been having fun with a group called Thinkers. It's almost like 500,000 people, and there's like major numbers of nuts there, and just all sorts of goofy shit. But there's interesting enough people, and with Google, you just if somebody's stuck on stupid, it's like bye. Well, there is that. Kim Kardashian was at the White House today. And it's like, oh, reality. Our government has become a reality TV show. She was actually she was there with purpose. She was advocating for prison reform, which apparently is one of Jared Kushner's little pet things. I'm gonna go get some more water. I'll be right back. I need to get this desk cleaned off. I need to quit smoking. I'm probably gonna need a hypnotist to get or something. This is ridiculous. What a mess. It's awful. I was at the 420 show last week. Well, less than a couple of weeks ago. And this one sister who's a heavy smoker walked up to where I was to talk to the person I was sitting with, and I could smell her from 5-10 feet away. I could smell the rancid tobacco on her. That's what I was doing when I lit up the camera, was getting the desktop cleaned off. I'm tired of my elbows turning black. Cute. Put them up on a card. Ooh, is this what I... Oh, yay. An object that was missing in action. It's a brush for cleaning my saxophone mouthpiece and neck. And this is all debris. This is all debris. Not quite all debris. Now it is. Oops. I really need this. This is my resolve for the summer is to just like clean the man out of my life. That's out of my being. I need to be cleaner. I need to. Well, it's going to take stopping smoking to. This is terrible. This is awful with cigarettes. Spilled food and cigarettes. What a mess. Yeesh. And at least a week of buildup. I need to be staying on this every day, on this space, keep my workspace clean. Spend at least 8 hours a day here. And I get sitting in it, my elbow's all black. I haven't even scrubbed it a little while ago. It's black already again. That's much better. A clear space to get cluttered again. Okay, moving right along. Back to what we were doing. No, first we'll smudge a little bit. Brush matches. I call myself an unorthodox Jew. Because my practice is a blend of the Hebrew faith and the Native American way. And I don't use lighter for this is because I was told not to. That you're supposed to use wooden matches. They really don't make wooden matches the way they used to. These suckers, they don't light well. And then the box striker on the box doesn't last very long. Really, they're supposed. And they said, you know, my teacher, current teacher, is a Ojibwe brother by the name of Ferguson Plain. This is to just do the prayers in your own tongue. You know, it's all the burning of incense is something that's pretty universal, and it just, you know, they just use different things because of different things that are growing around them. This stuff's getting pretty popular lately. This Palo Santo. It's a cool smell. I have to look up what some specifics about the sage ceremonies and the Palo Santo for next time. This stuff has a cool smell. I don't have any frankincense and myrrh right now. That's what my people used. But the Palo Santo and the white sage, and I've got some Nag Champa, which is real sweet Indian temple stuff. This is used. This isn't just air freshener. This is stuff they use in ritual, and only get don't you know, there's a lot of pretenders. This is the real one right here, the Satya Sai Baba. He finally died last year. Maybe it was the year before. Who knows? Time flies when you're having fun. These are really shitty matches. The heads come flying off. I hope I didn't burn my shirt. As long as I'm at it, like I said, Ferguson told me that you should say the prayers in your own tongue. So as long as I'm at it, I probably should get the prayer book out and read the prayer for the cense ceremony, right? And you can just say amen when I'm finished. Let's see if I can find it quickly without getting too stupid. Okay, I only have it open to that. I gotta get some. I gotta get a box of paper clips. And because there's prayers in here I use all the time, and I don't really know them. Grace, yeah, blah blah. Evening service. Where's the extra stuff? Where are they? Yes, here they are. 349. Food, drink, bread. Wayfarer's prayer. Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. And this is just, you're supposed to say this anytime you smell, upon entering a perfumery or upon smelling fragrances of a non-vegetable origin, e.g. musk, undetermined origin, or a blend of spices of different origins. And the prayer says, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei minei v'somim which says, "Blessed are you, Hashem, our King, our God, King of the universe, who creates species of fragrance." Okay, and that's I've been in the middle of trying to explain the difference between Judaism and Zionism. And Judaism was a lifestyle that's based on the understanding that the whole universe is all one being, and that it somehow managed to turn itself into all these other things. And that we should recognize our position within that and humbly give thanks and praise for everything in our lives, good and bad. And we're supposed to treat everything the way we want ourselves to be treated. And it's really very simple to be a secular Jew, as long as you set your moral compass according to that. We're following all the rituals and a little, some of it's pretty obsolete, archaic. I don't want to badmouth the Haredi at all. They have their culture, and that's what we were taught, was to embrace, to celebrate the diversity, and embrace the differences. To be positively racist. To recognize and revere the old namaste thing, is I recognize and revere myself in you, but see the otherness and embrace that too. So anyway, moving right along. How long is it now? Oh, we're not even up to an hour yet. Good. Hardly anybody watches, so I don't know. I haven't looked at the analytics lately. Oh yeah, it was time to open up the idiot sites. I'm not gonna read any of that shit. I'm not gonna. I just unless the. Oh well, let's first check and see if my informant has sent me anything new. Let's get that open. This guy claims to be part of a diverse network of social engineers and global information specialists to combat the problem, specifically kiwi farms on this one. Let's see what else he has to say recently. Not much. Okay. Let's see what's at the farms first. Probably not much. That's a scary site. I don't recommend going there unless you're behind a really good firewall. See how far down I've fallen off the first page, I think. I stayed off. I don't really see anybody prominent on the first page at all. It's just all a bunch of strange people they've tuned in on that they want to decide they want to trash. Here's the first pop. Here's the first one. There's a problem. Laura Dale, the transgender metal rocker. Oh no, I'm on the second page. Yeah, same stupid shit. With Gook Choi, person, whatever the fuck he is, the fake Russian. He's obsessing on my hands. My hands don't stay clean very long. Unlike him, I don't have a corporate mentality and probably don't do fucking jack shit but sit at the computer and do things all day like him. Cheers. I've been taking this in little sips. This is real medicine, and only in little sips. I am not a drunk. I hardly ever drink much. I mean, this is like the first little tiny bit I've had today, and I just got this a couple of days ago, and I hardly even take. I don't know if I've taken that a little bit every day even. I just finally brought it to my desk because I was having trouble making a connection for weed. Says the babbling pool. These fucking idiots. Okay, it's just not worth wasting your time looking at. You know, it's too costly in adrenaline metabolism. What I do with my phone. Time for the senator's office or the congressman's office. Ah, shit, no, it's not. It's fucking lunchtime. Let's see if we can get them. Anyway. Hi, this is Tommy Wasserberg calling. I guess Marilyn's out to lunch right now, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm not a sir, please.
Okay.
Thank you. I guess there is a case that was started about a complaint that I made, and there was an aide assigned to it. I suppose that person's out to lunch right now, too.
Oh, well, okay, what is your name, sir? One more time.
Please don't call me sir again.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not ma'am.
Sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, sorry about the deep voice. I'm not ma'am. My name is Tommy Wasserberg. Wasserberg. I'm transgender female, and I'm trying to get help with a website that targets transgender people and harasses them mercilessly. Defamation, abuse of intellectual property, been threatening phone calls. There's evidence of computer intrusion, and there are 2 suicides have been attributed to this one website. I spoke with Marilyn. She said something about an event that she had to deal with, and after the event, and I called the other day, and she said somebody been assigned, and that person was with a constituent right then, but she called me later and didn't. So here I am again looking for that person.
Alright, and what was the name of the person?
I don't know. She never said.
Alrighty. So,
We'll probably just wait until after. When's Marilyn gonna be back?
in like the next half hour or so.
Okay, I'll call after 1. I just happen to have the camera running for this, and I don't really want to let it run that long. So.
And my apologies for earlier.
Oh, hey, no, it's okay. I understand that there's like a reflex pathway in people's minds that between their ears and their eyes that automatically perceive people as male or female based on different things. I understand that and appreciate it when you make the effort to short circuit that for a transgender person.
Of course. Is there a callback?
Like, there's no need for you to apologize.
Alright.
Yes, please. It's 520-241-2776. 241-2776.
Okay. Alrighty.
Thank you.
I'll be sure to let my name know to call you back.
Great, thank you.
Alright, no problem.
Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Alright.
See how easy that is? I really think that we close that shit. These people are just not worth the time or energy. Mainly the energy, because it's sickening to look at their shit and see their thought processes, projecting all their deranged fucking behavior on me. This morning they're going off on sexual contact with a minor, like they don't have anything else to cut on me with, but that. I mean, 35 years later, there's something definitely like unworthy of response to that. You know? I go and talk about it with friends of mine, and they laugh. They get angry that anybody would even, try to play a game like that over with something so insignificant that happened 35 years ago. And it's totally what the reason it's. The main reason is defamation. Is that they're trying to characterize me as a present, clear and present danger today, because of what I did 35 years ago, and it's completely contrary to the kind of person that I am and always have been. Just about every single sexual encounter I had with a woman in my entire life, including the one with the minor, was initiated by the woman. Fuck you. It's defamation. Say otherwise. I don't give a shit she was too young. It was initiated by her. It wasn't even consensual. It wasn't even that she was asking for it. She initiated it. So fuck you. On your whole fucking line of reasoning. I think on that note, yeah, it's a little over an hour now, and I really don't want to be in this state of mind for these people. They're doing it specifically to get my goat, and I can let it get there. So namaste, motherfuckers. Chug bleach.